G'day, quick video. I am absolutely done with this Harley Davidson. Done getting it to how I want it to be. So let's go through it. I'm going to show you all the things I've done to this bike to suit me personally. So let's go. Down at the front wheel. Let's go through what I've done here. So firstly, Continental TKC 80 front tire. I've got a fender lift kit. So the fender is more room here underneath. And I've got a little extender on the back here so it doesn't throw mud up onto the radiator. So that's what we've done on the front here. Then we'll move on to radiator guard. Bike came with that, but that's a genuine Harley one. Genuine Harley skid plate, which is great. I've actually dented that on the bottom, so I know that's working. On the rear brake master cylinder, I have a small protective cover. Moving up to the front, shorter screen. Now Harley guys, these bloody hand grips on the stock ones are just crap, how they clip on the end. So what I've done, I've trimmed the end of it off, drilled a hole, and I've got some standard handlebar plugs. So it's a little bit of messing around, but I've got a standard handlebar plug, bolt in through that, and now my handguards don't slip off. So that's been a great little addition. Let's talk handlebars. What have I done? So I played around with these things and I went to different triple clamps, the triple clamp that come back. I've gone to different risers, the riser that came back, but it interfered with my tank bag. So I've gone back to the standard risers. I've actually gone back to the standard handlebars, and I'll show you the position I have them in. If you can see here, side on. So generally I always like my handlebars parallel with the forks or in line, but I've got them just leaning back a little bit, because they do have quite a funky bend on the end. But you know what? I'm really happy with the bars now. So it took me a little while to get used to it, but we're there. I know I like them now, so we're good. Let's move on to my exhaust. So this is a Pizoma Racing stainless steel and carbon fiber setup. I've got a DB silencer which sits in here. I'll put a photo of that on here as well. That just shut it up a little bit. Now I'll give it a start. You can have a listen to it. This is a neat little guard I got on AliExpress. It just protects the brake master cylinder at the top up here. Well, that's the slave cylinder. Anyway, protects this little bottle up here. On my last ride, I had the soft bags on, but I've gone and bought myself some pannier brackets here. These are the Rhino Walk bags. Pretty cheap, but they seem really good. Waterproof casing inside. Give you a look inside here. So I think this whole setup for the racks and the bags was like 400 bucks for the whole lot. So stoked with that. But yeah, that one hasn't. I took that one out. This one does. They come with a waterproof liner inside them. Yeah, there we go. So it's a zip in, zip out waterproof liner inside the bag. Roll top. They've got clips on the top up here, so I've modified it so it just clips onto this top rail, and then strap it on down the bottom. So super pumped with them, can't wait to use them, which will be this week. I'll go out for a ride this week and get to use these, so looking forward to that. While we're here, let's have a quick look at the foot pegs. These are the foot pegs that come on it from Harley. What happened though is the top section started to spin, so I have welded the living shit out of them here, so they won't rotate. Reason I'm using them is, here's a motocross style foot peg. You can see the size difference, nearly double the size. So I have used that foot peg. These were the lowered foot pegs I used. The only problem with them, when they're on, it actually pushes your foot further out from the bike. So I'm not a big fan, because it actually puts my ankle out about here, and then it's harder to grip the bike. So these get my leg closer to the bike. Happy with these. Don't need them crazy serrated, because I grip the bike with the seat. Speaking of seat, so that's the standard seat. I use that seat when I'm coaching, and I have a tall seat, and the tall seat is what I use when I'm going on a long ride, because it is taller, fills this gap in. I'll put it on now and show you, and it is also got a gel in it as well, so it's a lot more comfortable on a long ride. While I'm here taking the seat off, I've put a twin outlet. Let's look around here. A twin outlet USB with a switch on it, so I can switch this on and off when the ignition is on, so I can charge my phone or batteries for the GoPro in here, or I can run a lead out of here into the tail bag. I have changed the stock hand grips on the back. I've got a grab rail and luggage rack out the back, which is mounted to the frame of the bike. As you would know, the stock ones are plastic and they flex, so this is a lot better option at the moment. Just for local rides, I just have a small bag on the back. I can put drink bottles, tools, etc. in, and for longer rides that'd come off and I'd put my duffel bag on the back. But that works out perfect for us for just day rides. Continental TKC 80 on the rear, and I've also added a small fender extender on here, so you can see a couple of bolts bolted on, and that's thrown another 125, 140 mil extension onto the fender to stop the mud and shit going up underneath. Simple little mod. A quick look on this side, I've put a coil protector here. Again, bought it on eBay, cheap as chips. Just protects the external coil. Moving down, I also found a side stand switch protector here, so it's a little skid plate for the side stand, and I've already got marks on that, so I know that's working. And moving on from there, I'll show you this. So this is an Anderson plug. A few people have asked what this is. So this is so I can jump start the bike without taking the whole sump guard off. So what I have is, I have a battery pack that I can plug straight into this, and yeah, 2 jumper leads, plug into that, the Anderson plug, put my plug pack onto it or another battery, and I can jump start the bike without having to remove the whole skid plate, which is a great, easy option. Now, one mod I did do earlier is I had these linkage arms on the back, and what it did is it allowed me to raise or lower the bike. They have actually failed. So you can see there, they failed. So they're off the bike, the standard ones are back on. So when I did that, I did have the forks slid all the way down and the triple clamps. I've brought them back up about halfway, so they're about 10 mil lower than they were, and the steering on the road is fine. But yeah, that was I wouldn't mind getting some fabricated to this eyelet length, that eye and that eye, because then if I got something made there that's not going to fail, I'll lift the bike up again, which lifted the bike about 20 millimeters. So there you go. What happened with the Harley when I was away, that was all sorted with Harley Davidson at Gasoline Alley. They fixed the inlet manifold. That was done in a couple of days. I've had the bike back. I've been doing schools on it. I've already gone for some longer rides, like local rides. Next week I'm going to gear up and go for a ride for a couple of days. And the coming weeks I'm going to do another big ride, which will be my redemption ride. So that's coming soon. What I'm also going to say right now is, in the bike's defense with the issue with the inlet manifold, could have happened to any bike, so my love for this bike has not wavered in any way. I'm going to continue to ride this bike. I'm going to push it on some big adventure bike rides. I'm sure it's going to be okay. So yeah, look forward to bringing you some more adventures on the Pan America. Stay tuned.